You mentioned Rasheed Wallace. You want to talk basketball players and Paul Pierce?
Oh, we can do that.
All right, Paul Pierce has a yeah, trying to get out of that. Paul Pierce has a clip floating around. I sent it to Parks. You got it?
I do.
Okay, where he's speaking on marriage and
my favorite
thoughts on it.
It's my favorite.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like every relationship shouldn't be based off of sex, but every relationship is based off of that.
I don't think so.
100%. You can't tell me nothing different. This is what I feel, and that's why I'll never be in another relationship, because it's always based off of that.
So you're not going to be in another relationship?
Oh, no, for what? Because it's going to be based off of once that wear down, you're going to go find somebody else that's better.
Wear down.
Yeah. But it ain't going to be based off of... This is the thing, and listen carefully. Listen carefully. Relationships...
Boys in a smoker jacket.
Let me say what marriage is and who's marriage for. Marriage is for old people and poor people.
Okay, so let's get into that. Why?
Because when you broke, our parents, like my moms and all them, they married on a merit of like, okay, we're going to put our incomes together, have all these kids, and then when our kids, we're going to have 5, 10 kids. Back in the 60s, all them, they're going to have 5, 10 kids so they can work and bring income.
Yeah.
So, you poor. So you married for that. And now when you get old, somebody got to be by your side to take care of you. Right now, my mom got married. My mom never been married in my lifetime. She got married when she was 70.
Wow.
It was perfect. She had somebody by her side the whole way through.
So do you...
I'm just doing it worse than I thought.
Like, outside of that, it's no advantage to a man. Why is marriage an advantage? What advantage? What does it do for a man when things go south? Like, we gonna have to give up half our this, pay child support, but what do the...
When does he stop talking?
It's only to a woman.
He's almost... We can stop it.
No, it's real talk.
But what if you meet a...
I don't know that we
Shit, I want to hear more.
Yo, drunk Paul Pierce is one of my favorite people to listen to. Not saying he was drunk here, but he sounded, he
sounded inebriated.
But I think he believes it.
Yeah, I want to let the audience know, and I'm tossing the ball to y'all. I want to let y'all know Paul Pierce is on the list for me of people that I don't listen to one word that they have to say unless he's talking about basketball. If he's not talking bad, I want to hear him and Kevin Garnett. I want to hear that basketball. He's one of the greats. Can't take that away from him. Anything outside of that scope, he's on the list for me.
He sounds like he's speaking through trauma. That's what he sounds like. He's speaking. First of all, let's go through the statistics about men. First of all, married men are healthier than their single counterparts. That's just a fact. That's just a fact.
I've definitely heard that.
Okay, and there's a reason for that, because their wives take care of them. Whenever you guys,
sorry.
your wives and significant others do a lot for you. You know, they do a lot of the emotional labor. They do a lot. Just hold on. Don't just. They do a lot of stuff, but they also make sure that you go to the doctor when shit is up, because they need you. So married men are taken care of by their wives, so they are healthier than their single counterparts. That's number one. Number two, in terms of marriage being for poor people, the majority of CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, almost every single president, millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, 95% of them are married. Why? Because that indicates stability amongst a whole host of other things. So there you've got that wrong.
Taxes.
To your point, yes, taxes. Yeah. It's mutually beneficial to be married rather than being a single person. I can speak to that.
Yes.
And then furthermore, your reality is skewed. You've never been married. You've been living in a bubble. Your reality is not the norm. So if you're associating marriage with just that, you know, the desire dries out and then the woman is just going to take you for half your worth and and sue you for child support, well, you sound mad bitter, actually. Like, that's a really, really skewed way of looking at love and companionship. That's wild to me.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so I will defer to the gentleman in the room to
the married
make your points, and the married people in the room.
Married people in the room.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I do agree with Mal. Stability is important. Taxes. Understanding somebody did.
Why do you keep saying that? Because you got married young. You didn't have money when you got married.
That's not true.
You had money when you got married?
I did. I had a T-Mobile deal. So I did get married, but I spent it on something. I did. Look Look who woke up. Look who woke up. Look who woke up. Laugh at my expense. Keep going. Look who woke up. Get out of here.
But I didn't know you had a sidekick deal.
I did. Look, man. Look at this man. Look at the hate. I had a T-Mobile deal.
Who hating?
You. I'm
you
hating.
You did need to protect the team.
He said he made 70 grand from his T-Mobile deal.
You need to protect the funds from the T-Mobile deal.
Okay.
Your wife might have been looking at you like the lick.
I wasn't married yet, but at 20 years old, bro.
$70,000.
At 20, when I was 20, it was a lot. I did bullshit
months.
with it, but it was a lot for me.
Yeah.
It was short lived. I bought 2 watches like an idiot. I bought a car.
And a Gucci cat.
I bought the Gucci cat. No. That was before.
Thank
told us
God
you
you're
bought
not
the
on the
Gucci cat.
reparations list.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry, it's skipping your house.
You talking about my family?
No, I'm talking about y'all not on the reparations list.
Because why we could. Because we could rip me. Because we could rip me. Would you put me on that list?
I'm sorry.
Would you put me on that list?
You're not. I'm not.
And I
writing
gotta
the
report
list.
you.
I don't have that much power.
You report me.
Look, it's a
Oh,
finite
for
amount of
sure.
money.
For sure.
Look,
For sure. We gotta bust that down.
I got to.
Let me ask you a question. Honestly, if you found out your man was on the list, but he was,
we got to split this money.
Was he? If he was Caribbean descent, would you really report it?
Yes, we got to split this money.
You
taking money from black people.
Take away.
Are you crazy? I'm down with you.
No.
you ain't
No,
down,
don't have the same. That's
Nigga,
not
you
true.
Jamaican.
But that's only half.
Another one. We got another one.
Oh, got
Yep,
him.
we got him.
No,
We got
You
him.
Jamaican.
That's me, Joe.
We got
That's the father side.
King
I'm still in
Coon.
that too.
I don't care what's that.
Joe Budden is one of those rare voices in hip-hop and media who simply does not back down from a challenge, especially when it comes to a heated argument. Whether it's on his podcast, in interviews, or back when he was battling on wax, Joe has built a legacy around standing firm in what he believes. It's not just about being loud or confrontational, it's about passion, principle, and proving a point, no matter how uncomfortable the conversation gets. From his early rap battles to the now iconic moments on the Joe Budden Podcast, he's consistently shown that he's not afraid to go toe-to-toe with anyone, friend, foe, or even a fellow co-host. You'll rarely catch Joe backing down, even when the room turns tense or the debate gets personal. He leans into that friction, and often, it brings out his sharpest thinking and rawest emotion. What makes Joe so compelling in these moments is that he actually listens, breaks things down, and challenges the logic behind every argument. He's not just debating to win, he's fighting to defend what he feels is right. And yeah, sometimes that comes with shouting matches or viral clips, but it's never fake. That fire is real. In a media world full of people who play it safe or say what's popular, Joe Budden is unapologetically himself. You might not always agree with him, but you'll never question where he stands. And that refusal to fold under pressure. That's exactly what keeps people tuning in.